I'm a fourth year mechanical engineering student in Air Force ROTC. Currently this semester, my position is the upperclassman or professional officer course training. So my job is to train all the lessons and teach the lessons for the upperclassmen in ROTC to further leadership skills.
Hello, I'm Noah Hart. I'm a fifth year mechanical engineering student at Michigan Tech. My job within Air Force ROTC is to work closely with Cadre on special projects.
I'm Mallory Fisher. I'm a fourth year environmental engineering student, and my job in the Cadet Wing is the Cadet Inspector General. So what I do is make sure that we maintain standardization and follow all the standards set by the Air Force.
Hi, I'm Cadet Strauss, and I'm a fourth year mechanical engineering student at Michigan Tech. My position within the Cadet Wing is a 100 trainer, meaning that I work with the freshman cadets to help instill Air Force values and baseline professionalism.
So the reason why I wanted to join the Air Force is because my entire family has been in the Air Force going back a couple generations. And so I wanted to give back to my country and be able to serve while being able to also get a degree. So it's kind of a two birds with one stone kind of deal.
So the reason I wanted to join the Air Force was originally to become an astronaut. There's two general paths to becoming an astronaut. You either go be a pilot in the Air Force, or you get really smart and you get a couple PhDs. And being a pilot in the Air Force sounds a lot more fun.
I joined Air Force ROTC because I was introduced to it in high school through Civil Air Patrol, and they presented it as an opportunity to earn a commission in the Air Force while also earning a degree.
I joined ROTC as a means of helping me pay for college, and because I really enjoyed the idea of having a secure job coming out of university.
My favorite thing about ROTC so far is all the extracurriculars that you get to do. So such as we do paintball in the woods, which is really, really fun. We've gone on base visits down to Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, but probably my most favorite thing about ROTC is being able to watch myself and my classmates grow and see our leadership potential blossom into something that's going to be really promising when we join the Air Force.
One of my favorite things about this program is its ability to create competitive candidates go up for competitive training opportunities nationally. For example, I was fashioned into a competitive candidate to go to the academy for part of a summer to learn some civil engineering techniques.
My favorite thing about this detachment is that it feels like we have almost a family, especially since most of us are so far away from home, that we have a support system here within the Cadet Wing.
Definitely my favorite thing about this detachment is that even though it's continued to grow in my time here, it still definitely maintains a small debt feel where every cadet kind of knows every other cadet and knows how best to support each other.
So one of the things that I've always wanted to do in the Air Force is fly. And recently I was selected for a remotely piloted aircraft slot in the Air Force, and I couldn't be more excited. I think drones are the future of the Air Force, and it's really exciting to be a part of that future.
As I mentioned, being a pilot is one of the career paths to becoming an astronaut. And I was fortunate enough to be selected as a pilot within the last year. However, I've also, through ROTC, come to appreciate and, grow excited for, intel field or career fields such as intel, space operations, or even developmental engineers, because they do a lot of cool stuff. And I would have been just as happy being one of those career fields as I am being a pilot.
My ideal career field is a bioenvironmental engineer. In that field, I would get to work similar to the way environmental health and safety works in the corporate world, and that would allow me an opportunity to use the degree that I've worked so hard to get while I'm here.
So when I joined ROTC, I had wanted to be a pilot and fly. However, during my sophomore year, I met an Air Force doctor that really inspired me, and since then, I've been pursuing a medical career in the Air Force.
So one of the great opportunities that ROTC provides you with is networking. You're able to meet lots of cadets from all across the country, and even within, even with your state if you've never met before. Through ROTC, there is the Arnold Air Society, which gives host to things like the National Conclave, where upwards of 1,000 cadets from all across the country meet together to host a conference.
So I've been fortunate enough to have multiple opportunities throughout Air Force ROTC. First off, I learned some Russian down at University of North Georgia. That was a program over my first summer. I went to field training. I also had the opportunity, as I mentioned before, to go out to the Air Force Academy and do some civil engineering stuff, some hands-on work out there, and that was a lot of fun. Also through Arnold Air Society, I've had the opportunity to lead and be part of multiple regional and national level teams to organize various events, conferences, and other things.
Some of the opportunities that I've really enjoyed since I've been a part of ROTC is the opportunity to become more confident when presenting in front of groups and working with teams of people. I've also made some of my best friends here in ROTC.
Probably the greatest opportunity that ROTC gave me was the opportunity to study Russian as part of a international initiative overseas. I was able to head to Bishkek, Kyrgyzstan to study both Russian 1 and Russian 2 over summer.
I would suggest ROTC at Detachment 400 for those individuals who want to serve in the military while also getting a degree. This is a great 2 birds with 1 stone combination. You could have the potential to get all of your college paid for.
There are a lot of reasons why you should join Det 400, but I think some of the biggest ones are Michigan Tech is a really, really good school, particularly in the STEM fields and particularly within engineering. Also, if you're really big into the outdoors, there is a huge outdoors community here. You wouldn't believe it. There's hundreds of square miles around this campus. Much of it, accessible via only trails or 2-track, and you really have to have that adventurous spirit to go, find some waterfalls or go hike a mountain or go, have lunch on top of a cliff or something. But there's just so much to do, and I haven't even come close to scratching the surface in my 5 years here.
You should join Det 400 because here we have great support for academics and for life in general. Also, you can make some great friends and build relationships that will last a lifetime.
Definitely my favorite part about being a cadet at Det 400 is the myriad of opportunities available to me, not only as a cadet within the detachment, but a student at Michigan Tech. Within the detachment, you have things like Arnold Air, drill team, and at the school, you have plenty of student orgs, no matter what you're interested in.